So we've all messed around with AI chatbots, right? But have you ever gotten that feeling, that little itch to move past just using a generic tool to actually build something that gets your world and works for you? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to break down. All right, let's get into it. I mean, really think about it. Your AI assistant is smart, for sure, but does it have any clue about your specific projects or your team's unique way of doing things? Does it know how to manage your inbox exactly the way you like it? Yeah, probably not. And that's the real problem, isn't it? These generic tools are powerful, but they just don't have personal context. It's like they're a one-size-fits-all t-shirt, but what we really need is something custom tailored. So what's the answer? It's the AI agent. Now let's get really clear on what we mean by that. An AI agent isn't just a chatbot you ask questions to. No, no. This is an AI-powered bot that can actually do things for you. It can connect to your apps, it can understand your private data, and it can automate entire multi-step workflows. Think of it less like an assistant and more like your own personal digital employee. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, this sounds complicated, but honestly, getting started is way easier than you think. Google has basically laid out this super clear path with 3 different platforms, each built for a specific purpose. We're going to start in the playground, where you can get creative and just experiment. Then, we'll shift gears into the automated office to get productive. And finally, we'll unleash the full potential in the powerhouse for building real professional-grade AI. And you know the engine behind all of this? That's Gemini, Google's powerful suite of AI models. It's really important to get this distinction. Gemini is the brain. It's the raw intelligence. The platforms we're about to walk through, those are the tools, the hands and arms, if you will, that let you take that brain and actually put it to work on real-world problems. So our first stop is the playground. This is the place to be if you just want to dive in. The barrier to entry is practically zero, and really, your imagination is the only thing holding you back. Let's see what AI Studio is all about. Think of AI Studio as exactly that, a creative sandbox. There's no complicated setup here, no servers to worry about, no code to write, at least not at first. You literally just open up your browser and start building. It's made for pure, rapid-fire prototyping. You can test out ideas for new chatbots, or content tools, or creative writing partners, all just using plain English. And this is a perfect example of the fun you can have. Maybe you want to build a chatbot that sounds like a sarcastic pirate, or a bot that only speaks in limericks. AI Studio is absolutely perfect for these kinds of creative, low-stakes projects where you just want to see what's possible, and you want to see it, like, right now. And the process itself, it's so simple. You do not need a computer science degree for this. First, you just write some instructions to give your bot a personality. You are a helpful assistant who loves bad puns. Then you test it out by chatting with it. And here's the magic part. Once you like what you've got, you just click Get Code, and it exports everything you need to turn that fun little prototype into the start of a real application. It is that easy. Okay, so we've had our fun in the playground. Now it's time to get down to business. Let's head over to the automated office and see how we can use this power to take back hours of our actual workday. Welcome to Workspace Studio. Now this is a total game changer for anyone who needs to automate stuff at work but doesn't know how to code. It lets you build AI agents that live and breathe right inside your Google Apps. We're talking Gmail, Drive, Sheets, and you build them just by describing what you want them to do in plain English. And here is a perfect real-world example of what that looks like. Imagine you get the same kind of email with data files every single week. Instead of you having to manually download the attachment, move it to the right folder, and then log it in a spreadsheet, you just build an agent that does it all for you. Instantly. Flawlessly. This is where AI stops being a toy and starts becoming an absolutely essential tool. And building this is surprisingly straightforward. You literally just describe the task you want to automate. Gemini then generates the entire workflow. All you have to do is configure the trigger, like when a new email arrives with this subject line. And then you can tweak the steps if you need to. It's a structured, no-code way to build automations that can save you from hours of tedious busy work. All right, we've prototyped our creative ideas and we've automated our office tasks. Now it's time to look at the final stage of this journey, taking your AI agent from a personal tool to a scalable, professional, enterprise-grade application. And that happens in the powerhouse, Vertex AI. This is where things get really serious. So the difference here is huge. It's a massive shift in purpose. AI Studio is for playing and prototyping. Vertex AI is for production and scale. You go from having zero setup to a full MLOps environment that stands for machine learning operations. You can just think of it like DevOps, but for AI. It's all the professional tooling you need to build, test, deploy, and monitor your AI models reliably. This is the platform for professional developers and data scientists. To put it simply, Vertex AI is Google Cloud's all-in-one end-to-end platform for machine learning. It is built for serious business. It handles everything from prepping your data all the way to deploying and monitoring your models in a live environment. So if you've built a killer prototype in AI Studio and now you want to turn it into a robust, scalable product that can serve thousands of users, Vertex AI is where you go. And it comes loaded with an entire arsenal of professional tools. We're not just talking about building an agent anymore. We're talking about managing its entire lifecycle. The key features here are genuine game changers, like fine-tuning, which lets you train Google's base models on your own data, making them experts in your specific field. Or grounding agents with your own data stores. This one is huge. It means you can build an agent that only answers questions based on your company's internal documents, so it won't just make stuff up. This is how you build truly powerful, reliable AI for your business. So, as you can see, there's this really clear path. You can start small in the creative sandbox of AI Studio. Then you level up to automating your work with Workspace Studio. And finally, you can go pro and build enterprise-grade solutions with Vertex AI. From play to power, there's a tool perfectly designed for every single stage of your AI journey. And that really brings us to the most important question. Now that you know the path from a simple idea to a powerful application, what problem are you going to solve? What repetitive, soul-crushing task are you finally going to automate? What incredible new assistant is just sitting there, waiting for you to bring it to life? The tools are all right there. So I have to ask, what agent will